Hello everyone, I'm Captain Mech56 inside Build-A-Boat for Treasure with a gigantic slingshot. Yes, you've seen other people make a slingshot before, but here's mine. And release. So I've got a balloon and a parachute, and that keeps me flying nice and straight. And as soon as I get to the lighthouse stage there, I'll try to release at the right time and fly right, almost right to the treasure. That was pretty darn good. I will not get all the reward for this, but of course I get my gold block, which is good. I'll show you how much reward I get. Usually it's about every other stage, just because of the speed that it's going. You can totally tweak with that thing and put a bigger, let's see, yeah, look at that, every other stage. Huh, like clockwork. 147, that is my typical gold value with this thing. I'm going to reload this and show you guys how this thing is put together. Alright, there we go. So I did a whole bunch of testing to get to the numbers that I'm using here, the size, the angles, all that kind of stuff. It wasn't really a lot of fun to get there. I mean, I do enjoy the process, but now that I've got it, I'm not too excited about rebuilding it, so I probably won't do a tutorial. I will make an exception if like 50 people or something ask for a tutorial, but I don't think it's that special that it really requires me to do a tutorial. Let's just see. I'll show you all the stuff about it. So basically this is the hinge here that hinges the whole thing so that it can tilt up. So it's important to have a hinge on the back like that. And these are the pistons here that raise it into position. This bar over here lets you see the position that you were at, and you can kind of keep track of where you were. And during the testing phase, this is really important. Seems like I should have a red one right in here somewhere. Every 5. There should be a red one. I probably turned that into a green one, and at some point I turned it back into a red one again, or a black one again, and forgot to reset it back to red. But here's the settings: 5, 30, 1, 40,000, and 100 on the spring settings. Nothing too special about any of this stuff. No, that's not right. There's a lot of stuff special about it. There's a lot of little things I had to do. So the green pieces here is a carriage. This is all plastic with just a few little exceptions, but the idea was to make this thing as light as possible. There is a thruster sitting right there. Let me just reveal that thing for you. So that thruster is sitting down inside here, so you have to make sure that that the bars that guide it are wide enough apart from each other to allow to have a thruster in there. I use the thruster because, as you can see here, they are stronger than the jets. So here's a thruster has a strength of 20, and a jet has a strength of 1. Yeah, I could use a jet. I'd kind of like to use a jet. But they're bigger, they have a funny profile, and the thruster is actually a lot stronger, so it works. Okay, so how does it function? So the green stuff is the carriage. That stays with the build here. That stays in the build area. This block right here is collision off. And you can see that that is the block that is pretty much just there as a place to grab onto with this glue block. That glue block gets released to actually send it flying. This glue block gets released in order to put it under spring tension. So this is the first one that I release, and then I trigger the next one. This glue block right here, along with the parachute and balloons, all trigger at the same time. So those are all keyed to one of the buttons on my seat, and that's how you let it go. Hinges are really important here. So you got this hinge. The springs have to be hinged on both ends. So there's springs on that end, and then there's also a hinge on this end. I think I just said springs on that end. That wouldn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying. So it's important to use a gold harpoon or a permanent harpoon, because every once in a while you might have to adjust it or do something else for more than, I don't know, 20 seconds or whatever those other ones last. Okay, that's about it. Oh, one more very important thing. Point one spacing. That is super important. So let me get a block here of some sort. Not a block I've used. Okay, like that. So if I take this down to 0.1, you can see that there's a 0.1 gap right there. and that's really important. It's really important to have at least 0.1. Everything that's not supposed to be locked together, you want to make sure you give at least a 0.1 gap. So if I look inside here, there's a 0.1 gap in between this piece and this piece. There's a 0.1 gap right here, and this gap gets taken up as soon as I release that front glue block. This gap gets closed, and it gets nice and tight there, and that's what helps it fling really good. So 0.1 spacing all around to make sure that the carriage can come free like it's supposed to. Okay, I think that's about it. I've said a whole bunch of times, which I'll probably edit out to some degree, but I'm going to do another trip to the treasure because it's just fun. Let's see if my luck holds out and I get another good run on video. Going to unanchor everything. I'm going to adjust this up to my green line, or maybe just a hair above. That seems to work pretty well. Okay, I'm going to release that glue block manually, tighten the springs a little bit. Oh, why my spring's not tightening? Because something is stuck. Why is something stuck? Okay, something's stuck. What did I do? Oh. Haha! You guys at home are probably like, hey, dummy, you forgot to put that other block on there. Yes, I did. Thank you. It's a shame I couldn't hear you all screaming out at the computer or tablet or whatever. Alright, let's see if my luck can hold out and I can time this thing just right again. Let's... Ooh, that's close. Alright, so I still got there. I would have got there even without the thruster, but that helps. That little extra boost right there at the end. Okay, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I probably got 50% reward for that, 147 gold again. Of course, I'm on Chill Thrill's group, so that gives me a little extra, and I've bought the double gold pass, so that does help too. And well, I got a little extra stage that time. No, I didn't. I skipped another one. It's kind of a weird pattern. Whatever, still 147. I'm good with that. It's standard. Alright, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Leave me a comment if you would, please. If you'd like to see a tutorial on this, rather if you need to see a tutorial on it, then sure, I'll do one. Can't imagine what I'll change. I guess if I had to do something different, maybe I would make it launch something that looks like something, like a plane or something like that. Like that'd be kind of neat to actually have it launch a plane. So maybe you guys can build one of those. Somebody's gonna build one, and then let me know about it in the comments, and I'll check out your YouTube channel. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. See ya!